Welcome to Retro Revenge. My name is Nick, and today I'm joined with Ribbon 1020's cousin, Buckin89, and we're going to look at some trailers today. This first trailer we're going to look at is The Walking Dead, The One Who Lives trailer. And I picked this one because Buckin89 said he has not watched The Walking Dead before and is not into the series, so I figure it'd be cool to check out from his perspective and my perspective, since I am a fan of The Walking Dead.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, let's check this out.
I'm looking for him. I'm gonna head north.
You don't want to go north, not now.
Now, are you familiar with any of the characters, at least, or any of the story?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Rick, Carl, Negan.
Okay, so you know, like the basic. So this picks up basically at how the other one ended. Did you see where Rick was like killed, and then he like kind of like fought through the zombies at the end, and like they lost him?
Yeah, like I heard about that. Yeah.
Okay, so this, like, the actual series Walking Dead has ended, and the premise of this is Michonne is going looking for Rick, and it's going to be Rick and Michonne's series, basically, to tie off the rest of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, because I thought Rick had died, honestly.
Oh, no, yeah. So they make you think he died, and then, but like he's actually taken off to another group. I think they're in Europe in the thing. And right before the show ended, she found a clue that he was still alive, and then it just kind of ended on a cliffhanger. And this is going to be like a limited series, and it's going to touch on that.
Okay.
I hope the show really gets to showcase how much of a badass Rick is, and like brings him back in the fold. But I also hope that they at least bring Negan in, and what's his name from the very beginning, Morgan from the very first season.
I am digging this. It is.
I really hope that they bring a lot of the characters back. Like Negan and Maggie have their own show now, and I'm not sure if that's going to be limited too. But then Daryl has his own show, and he's in France in the show. So I hope before like the last episode of this, because I think it's only going to be 6 1-hour episodes. I think I hope they bring like Daryl, Negan, and Morgan back, and like have them all at least reunite, so it's like a satisfying ending.
Yeah, it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't The Walking Dead, like, the further it went, didn't it get a little bit more divisive?
Yeah, so I can't remember. Like it's been so long since I like looked at the comics, but I think they veered away from the comics after the Whisper story, and then it's just like kind of went downhill. First off, like Carl he got bit, and then he killed himself so he didn't turn into a walker, and that's when the actor that plays Rick wanted to leave the show. So they did like a storyline, which is like they had like one big finale where he got hurt and you thought he was going to die, but he kills a horde of zombies, but he blows up a bridge, saves everyone, but his body's lost. But then you see he was picked up by this other group, and they're like in France. So they take him off, and then the series picked back up without him, and is set in the future like 7 years ahead of time. It was just like I don't know. It was boring without him. It was like Negan became a good guy, kind of. No one trusted him, and like I don't know. It just seemed like it was like they were like really stretching to make like a new group of people the main characters, but they're like people you didn't care about, you know.
Yeah, so it's, I always wanted to get into it because I missed the first couple seasons, but then I'd never, watch it, and then people would just shit on the latest. So the thing I remember the most was when Negan killed Glenn. Maybe I remember that like setting the internet on fire. People not being very happy about that.
But this is how it happened in the comic book, so I don't know what people expected, but I actually liked it. I think the season 1 of The Walking Dead was, like, amazing. I can't remember if it was season 2 or season 3. One of those got a little bit boring, and I kinda was, like, half watching, and then I think it was either right before or right after the governor storyline. Then I thought the whole Negan leading up to Negan and the Negan storyline was great, and then it kinda, like, tapered off after that, and The Whisperers was pretty good too. Like, Walking Dead, like, it has a lot of peaks and valleys for me with, like, it gets, like, super interesting and then gets, like, super boring.
Yeah. Well, I think like with people who maybe don't read the comics, like if they don't necessarily know the storyline, and then something
Yeah.
crazy happens they weren't expecting. That's probably the ones
There
who
is
lose it.
there is one, big difference from the comic books. In the comic books, um, Rick got his hand cut off.
Oh,
So
really?
so he only has one hand in the comics, and they didn't do that, which I'm glad. And then also in the comics, I think it ends with Rick just getting shot in the chest. He just gets shot in the chest and dies, and then it, like, fast forwards, and the whole Walking Dead saga was just, like, through the eyes of an old man, Carl, and he's telling the story of his dad.
Oh, that's
So
a
that's how it ends, and, I I think that would have been a better ending than what they did. Like, the ending they had was kinda generic, like, all the zombie hordes came and, like, overturned everything, but they, like, rigged the whole city with, like, explosives, and they blew up, like, the Capitol and the whole, like, kinda like how Rambo Last Blood, where he blew had the underground tunnels and he blew up the ground.
yeah.
That's kinda what they did with that, but, like, and all the zombies got burned alive and destroyed in that area, but, they didn't, and it just kinda ends.
Uh,
But, yeah, all in all, I think this trailer looks good, and, definitely gonna check it out when it comes out. How about you?
yeah, it definitely looks like something I'd be interested in. Definitely gonna check it out. I think I am gonna go back and try and get watch some of the old episodes because I did watch. I think it was the first season of Fear the Walking Dead, that second
Yeah.
series they did, and I did enjoy that one a bit.
I like that one for the first 2 seasons, and then, like, that one kinda tapers off for me after season 3. But then, later in the series, it becomes kinda like Red Dead, they're in, like, the Wild West, and Morgan went from Walking Dead to that, and that's when it started picking up again for me.
Uh, so,
I think
but
I think that recently ended too. I didn't see the ending of that if it did.
what's a more?
Uh, Walking Dead, I think they had a series finale too,
I think they. I think so.
and I did not see that one.
With this one, do you think I would need to go back and watch the whole Walking Dead, or probably not?
I I don't know. I think if you watch probably the last season, or not the last season, the season where Rick is in it last, I think that probably sum it up. But
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll give like a recap.
yeah, and I'm sure I could find something online that cuts it up.
Yeah, yeah. But all in all, I think this trailer looks good, and be checking it out.
Sounds good. I like it.
Like and subscribe, comment, help us engage, and Retro Revenge. We're out. Peace.